today in Bentwater subdivision. This is one of the premier communities here in Granbury. We have folks that are reaching out to us about this community all the time. And so we wanted to do a highlight video of Bentwater, ask ourselves, what are the pros and cons of living here in the Bentwater subdivision? And then we're gonna do a separate vlog tour so we can show you a few of the homes that are currently for sale out here. Now, if some of you are avid watchers of the YouTube channel, you may know that I actually did a little snapshot of this neighborhood when I did the 5 best neighborhoods on the Fort Worth side of Granbury. But it kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and we think Bentwater deserves its own single video so that people that search for it can easily find it. So here it is. We are here at the entrance to Bentwater. There is a little fountain here along with the entry sign coming into Bentwater. So we're gonna go in and take a look at the neighborhood, and we're gonna consider what the pros and the cons of living here in Bentwater are. If this is your first time to the channel, we really appreciate you tuning in to today's episode where we talk about Bentwater and we look at the pros and cons of living here. Be sure you click that subscribe button, press the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about any changes, updates here in the Granbury market. We know people are looking at retiring here, maybe they're relocating here, maybe they have work changes, and sometimes that's a few months out, sometimes it's even a year or so out before that change is gonna happen. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We'd love the chance to connect with you, answer some questions, see if you have any needs or questions that we might be able to help with. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love the chance to help out in any way we can. All right, so pros and cons, Bentwater. What are the pros and cons? Well, I would say number one pro for Bentwater is gonna be its location. Location is fantastic. It's on the Fort Worth side of Granbury, as we already noted. Within 2 to 3 minutes, you're at HEB. You are just a few minutes from downtown Fort Worth. You're just a few minutes from downtown Granbury Square. You're within 30 minutes of making it to Fort Worth. In terms of location, if you're working in the Metroplex and you want to live in Granbury and get the lower tax rates and have a quick trip, it is really hard to beat Bentwater as a destination. You're on that side of the city where you're going to bypass all the traffic and you're going to be able to get into Fort Worth without having to deal with any of that headache. If you were on 144 coming from like Pecan or even the Spanish Trail or some of the neighborhoods on that side of town, you'd be stuck in traffic for 30 minutes before you even made it here, before you could get to Fort Worth. So it's kind of a must if you wanted to work Fort Worth to be on, neighborhoods are on this side, and Bentwater is one of the absolute best ones. Second, deeded boat slip. If you got a boat, and Lake Granbury is a known lake. People come here from all over, have vacation homes. Getting a boat slip sometimes can be a challenge. So this neighborhood, one of the premier things is that you have a deeded boat slip. So when you buy a home out here, you can store your boat in one of these boat slips. And we're gonna get some more information on that, get some photos and stuff for you, especially if you have any questions. Just let us know and we can go run and get that pretty quick. So that's the 2 biggest ones. Another pro for living out here is that you have a wide variety of homes. You've got main body lakefront homes out here that are gonna be, $1.5 to $2 million. You've got homes that are hilltop views. You got homes that have nice views of the lake, but are not actually on the lake that are out here. You've got some properties that are gonna be on the more affordable side, So you got ranges anywhere from $450 up to $2 million in this Bentwater subdivision. And also it's in the area where you have lower tax rates. So that's another pro, lower tax rates. You're in an unincorporated area of Granbury. All right, so what are the cons of living in Bentwater? Well, the main cons you're gonna be looking at living in Bentwater is gonna be just the level of amenities that you have out here. The neighborhood doesn't have a golf course, it doesn't have a community pool, it doesn't have those sorts of things. What it doesn't have in that, it makes up for in its location, I would say, if the location is a key. But if that's something you want to have an active lifestyle and you want to play golf and you want to be in a community like that, maybe you want to play pickleball. We have people like that all the time. And Pecan Plantation or De Cordova, is a much better fit for them. And they don't have to necessarily travel to Fort Worth to work, and they don't have that. So, in some ways, the benefits of those amenities might outweigh Bentwater for some, depending on what they want. There's not as many newer homes out here in the Bentwater subdivision. It's a little bit older community, so the homes are built a little further back. So a lot of times people want to buy a home, if it's built in 2005, there are going to be some renovations done to it to kind of modernize it, update it, renovate it. And the price points out here are not cheap, so buying the home and then doing the renovation sometimes can be price prohibitive because people, they're expecting to get a more modern style with the price they're paying. And the last thing out here, con would be it's not on city sewer or a mud sewer. So, you know, Pecan and De Cordova are a mud sewer. Most of the properties inside the city limits are gonna be a mud sewer. This is gonna be septic, which again, not that big a deal, but it is something that some people circle as a must have. You know, they wanna have, you know, a typical city municipal sewer. So, all right, so with that, we're gonna go get some drone footage. We're gonna fly up, we're gonna go to the office. We're gonna do a kind of a map tour so we can kind of highlight Bentwater. And yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. And we'll get to it right now. All right, we're here in the office and we're taking a quick map view of Bentwater. We're gonna look at where it's at in relation to 377, HEB, the square, Fort Worth, and that way you can get oriented to the relationship of Bentwater to the rest of Granbury and the Metroplex. So I'm gonna share my screen with you and we're gonna take a quick look at Bentwater. So if we were to put a little dot right there, we can zoom out. So we're gonna be southwest from Fort Worth, zooming into where you're at in relation to Granbury. You're gonna be on the Fort Worth side of Granbury. So I consider basically anything to the right of this, you know, up in this general vicinity to be the Fort Worth side of Granbury. Once you get, I mean, De Cordova would be, I think, included on that if you're on this side. But looking at where we're at in Bentwater, you are about 3 minutes from HEB. I mean, you're right there, 2 turns from HEB. You're probably 10 minutes from being downtown at the square on Granbury. So location-wise, it is just a fantastic spot in town. Quick access pretty much anywhere, especially if someone's working Fort Worth, Dallas, and maybe they only have to go in once a week or maybe twice a month or whatever. They don't have to make this trip a lot, but when they do, it can be pretty brutal. Being on this side of Granbury is tremendous. I've mentioned some of the traffic, and I hate to beat this drum too often, but from here to about right here, this traffic is absolute nightmare. So if you live, if you have to come down from here going this direction to hit 377, you're going to hit major delays. If you live out here in one of these subdivisions, you're going to hit major delays if you go that direction. Being here, you're basically on 377 where there's not that much traffic. It really opens up once you get past Fall Creek right here. Once you get past this, the traffic really opens up. My wife, she taught in Fort Worth for a while and she made this trip, several days a week. And once you make it here, you're free, man. You just go. Now the overpass is done. You don't have to worry about, the getting stopped by the train. So it's a pretty good straight shot from here. So with that, I want to go into the neighborhood. Let's go look at the entrance point to Bentwater. There's actually 2. A lot of people don't know that, but when you go to Bentwater, you can go down Meander and you can actually take a left right here and go into the neighborhood basically right there. But the main entrance is off Hideaway Bay, which is going to be right here. So if we were to pull this up, you'll see in some of my photos and what I've done for you. There it is. Yeah, you can see the Bentwater sign and a little waterfall. So I showed you some of this area here. So looking at the neighborhood, this would be the typical entrance. We zoom out just a little bit. You see how you've got some continuous water frontage right around here. And so these are going to be the primary waterfront homes located out through here. You see that there are 4 ponds that we mentioned. Beautiful ponds. You'll see ducks and stuff out there pretty often. I did a video a while back and there were quite a few ducks out flying when we actually started walking up and doing the video. So great place and just a wonderful neighborhood. We've got a little bit of footage of the boat slip. We can show you that as well. But just looking at the neighborhood, we can understand the layout. You've got the entranceway from Hideaway Bay Court right here. You go into the neighborhood and you can really go a bunch of different directions. You go down Willis Way, you can go all the way back to the back of the neighborhood. I mean, it's quite a large neighborhood. So I don't know exactly how many homes are in there. I would say probably close to 300-ish, 400, something like that. I think that would be a pretty accurate assessment. So this is the neighborhood. This is kind of what you're getting. You're again on the Fort Worth side of Granbury. To get back here, from 377, you're going to take a right on Meander Road and you're going to drive past HEB and you're going to take a left onto Hideaway Bay Court right here, about a quarter mile behind HEB, and you're going to drive down that road for, let's say, about a mile, and then you take a right into Benbrook. So great location, great neighborhood, lots of good perks about it that are pretty unique compared to other neighborhoods. Now I will say this, and I will do another feature video highlighting this, but Mallard Point is what I would call an identical neighborhood. It goes in right here. It's not identical. You're gonna have some slightly different rules, HOA, organization, but they also have, deeded boat slips. And it's just a fantastic spot as well. And you'll see on this Mallard Point, you got some continuous water frontage right here. I would say even more water frontage, it feels like. Maybe not, but it's a great neighborhood. It's same developer developed this, and yeah, it's a great spot. So we'll do another highlight. If you're looking at Bentwater, you may as well go ahead and throw this one in as well, and look here too, because it's very, very similar in what you're getting and what it offers. All right, hope you enjoyed, and if we don't hear from you, we hope you have a Merry Christmas. All right, we're out here in Bentwater, and we're doing our vlog tour of this neighborhood. What we want to do is go take a look at some specific properties at different price points so you can see what will your money get you out here. So we're going to start in that $600 to $700 range. This one is going to be $679. It's a 2,800 square foot home built in 2006, and it's situated on 1.4 acres. It is going to be on the corner lot on the main street coming into Bentwater. And you can see here it's going to be on this shared road here. So it is in the corner, kind of creates a little triangle here at the end, and a good sized yard. So good property. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. Again, it's 2,800 square foot, built in 2006. Overall, the roof looks great, gutters look good, manicured yard, everything looks like it's well kept. So $679, 3-car garage, 1.4 acres, built in 2006. This is what you can get in that $650 to $700 range out here in Bentwater. So we're gonna do some driving around, show you some more footage, and we're gonna take a look at another one that's gonna be in that $7 to $8, and then we're gonna look at another one that's just under $1 million at like $950. So we're gonna take a look at those 3 properties today. It's really hard to get under 6 out here in the current market. So that's kind of the situation. So anyway, hope you found it helpful, and let's move to the next one. We're here looking at number 2 in Bentwater. This one's gonna be at the $750 at $749.9. It's just under 3,000, 2,984 heated square foot. It's built in the year 2000. It's situated on 1 acre, and it is a beautiful fall trees up here in the front. Really pretty yard. I love trees that bloom this time of year. It doesn't last very long, but they are beautiful. The home is also beautiful. Great location on West Emerald, and it is just a pretty sweet setup. So this is $750 basically, and you're basically getting 3,000 square foot. It is a 4-bed, 3-bath property, and it does have a 3-car garage. Completely fenced backyard, good size yard. You could really do anything you want in here. It's just a sweet setup. And as you can see across the street, we've got a shop in the back. It does match the house, which is gonna be a rule, so it is a pretty sweet setup. We're here at the Bentwater Park, and you've got a little basketball goal set up, activity center, marina and sports center. This is where all the boat slips. There are 400 boat slips in this marina. This is the largest marina on Lake Granbury, and it belongs to Bentwater basically. And this is one of the most brilliant ideas for the neighborhoods out here in Granbury. Not many have deeded boat slips, and this is a beautiful way for homes to not be on the lake, not have to pay those waterfront prices, not have super high taxes, but have easy access to the lake. Great idea. I love the setup out here. I did not get a code today, and I didn't want to go in without permission. This is the marina. If you would like, I have been out there and looked at them. I can get you some up close pictures of these. They're all in great shape. It's well kept. It's part of the annual HOA dues, which are $1,000 as we mentioned in our main video. So hope you enjoyed. We're at our very last property in Bentwater. This is going to be $950. It's a 5-bed, 4-bath, 3,600 square foot. It's on 1.6 acres, and again, built in the year 2000. A beautiful fountain, circle drive, great setup here. So this is kind of what you can get right at that $1 million price point. There are some properties that are on the water. They're going to be, main body. A lot of those are going to be closer to like the 1.4, 1.5. Although sometimes you can get them a little less, and we can definitely keep you posted. If there's something in this neighborhood that you want, let us know. We can set up some saves. This is built 2000. That's kind of the standard range, 2000, 2010, right in there for the build years. And yeah, it's a great property. The 750 property did have a pool already, and it did have a small shop in the back, just 1 flat acre. This one is 1.6. So $950, 5-bed, 4-bath. This is wrapping up vlog tour for Bentwater. We've got some driving footage. If you have any questions, you want to keep Keep posted about any properties coming up for sale. Let us know. We can set up some saves and definitely notify you if anything comes up that fits your specific requests. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if we don't hear from you, I hope to see you around Granbury.